For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. Also, I've got a new merchandise store, hats, hoodies and new tee designs, all available right now on the link in the description. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 2 of season number 3 here at Everton Football Club. In the last episode, we started the brand new season. We picked up a couple of pre-season tournament victories as well. And we're heading into the third game of the group stage now to begin this episode. We'll also play the semi-final that we will undoubtedly get to in this episode as well. And we'll also have a look at a few more of your suggestions in the transfer window. I've added a massive number of players to the shortlist, so we'll have a quick look at that. I'm recording a couple of episodes ahead of time. It happened last time we were in a transfer window. I was busy over the weekend. It's a transfer window again, and as luck would have it, I'm busy over the weekend as well. I mean, as you see this, I'm in London right now at the upload event that the Sidemen are running, so I'm away from home, but I'm ensuring that you still get a video in every slot that you're supposed to get a video this weekend, so don't worry, and please do continue to give me your transfer suggestions in the comment section of this and the future videos, because when I get back Sunday evening, I can record Monday night or Monday afternoon's video, and we'll still be right slap bang in the thick of the transfer window by the time I get back, so there won't be any possibility of us missing any transfers. We just might have to wait an extra episode to be able to actually get the signings on the dotted line, etc. So I can get all of your suggestions. But the majority of your suggestions have been coming in thick and fast, and it's been the similar sort of names that have been coming in as well. So it's been quite easy to try and isolate certain targets. I say isolate certain targets. There are a number of suggestions for each position, but there are a handful that you would say would be preferable to the rest. We have Jetro Willems at left back, potentially to come in from PSV. He's currently valued at £21 million. Very good possibility. 89 crossing as well, so kind of, for want of a better use or want of a better term, kind of a Dutch Leighton Baines. Yes, his free kick accuracy isn't that good, but he's quick, he's got great crossing, good touch and good short passing as well, so he's pretty good to come in at left back. I'd like to bring him in. He would be my preference, I think, although Miguel Layun looks decent as well, although he's 30 years of age, so his stats might start to drop, so maybe we'd lean away from him, but he was a suggestion. Levin Kazawa is another player that would be absolutely brilliant. 6 foot tall as well, fantastic physical stats, also very good on the ball, also very good at crossing, even better in passing. 89 short passing for a left back, that's better than I think almost every single one of my central midfielders. Alejandro Grimaldo at Benfica, the former Barcelona youngster, he's another option. Don't know his stats just yet, waiting to see what happens there. Similarly with Jonas Hector from FC Cologne or FC Köln, waiting to see what his stats look like. Luke Shaw would be great, but he's also £31 million, which is a hell of a lot of money to spend on a left back, and that's just his valuation. I'd have to pay upwards of that to bring him in, so unsure whether we'll go for that one, and unsure whether I'll go for Baba Rahman or Eric Durm as well. Again, waiting to see what their stats are, but obviously having to get your feedback first before making a move for either of those two. With regards to the holding midfield role, of course, we're looking to move on Axel Witsel, maybe one other midfielder as well, outside of obviously Kwadwo Asamoah, who we are definitely looking to get rid of. Could look at William Carvalho. He's valued currently at £37 million, which is a hell of a lot of money, but 91 stand tackle, 88 short pass, 90 strength. He's good on the ball. He's not quite as quick as I might like a player in that position to be, but he would have someone else playing alongside him in a 4-2-3-1 that we're now playing this year. So he's definitely an option. Grzegorz Krychowiak is obviously one of the go-to players for that particular role in European football. Signed for PSG 2 years ago, as we're in this save now, and obviously was fantastic at Sevilla, and I'd love to bring him in, but very expensive. Danilo Pereira has grown in this save. Looks pretty decent as well, similar to Krychowiak actually. Very good physical stats, perhaps not quite as quick, but still as good in the tackle. 89 stand tackle compared to the 89 of Krychowiak. Krychowiak perhaps a little bit better with regards to passing and the shot power, etc. But still a good option at £28 million. A player that I very much enjoyed on Ultimate Team this year is Casemiro. I would be keen on bringing him in potentially to that CDM role. A slightly cheaper option would perhaps be Morgan Schneidlin, although Casemiro is great in the tackle and good at passing as well. So I think he's going to be my personal go-to, is Casemiro at £28 million. Nabil Bentaleb was a popular suggestion, so scouting him, although I'm not sure whether he's going to have grown much in this save. And Maxime Gonalons is also a go-to for that CDM role, more of a cheaper option, but again, don't know his stats right now. They may have gone up, they may have gone down, they might be exactly where they were, because we have a couple of players that have gone up in value, gone up in age, and haven't actually gone up in value or individual stats. Most notably, Seamus Coleman, exactly the same player as he was at the beginning of the save in season number 1. João Mario is 86 rated. Nearly £40 million is his valuation, but it says he's a right mid, but he can very comfortably play in central midfield. Very expensive option. There is, of course, Andre Gomes. I forgot his surname for a minute. Andre Gomes, the Portuguese centre mid that used to be at Valencia and is now at Barcelona. He's now valued at £60 million plus and 89 rated. It's just out of my price range, I'm afraid. Just out of my price range. Another player, though, that has been on our radar for a while, actually, is Vincent Cozziello. 22 years of age, 83 rated. Again, good in the tackle, good on the ball, quicker than a couple of the other ones significantly quicker than a couple of the other ones we've looked at. Not quite as strong. He's only 5'6", but he's better technically. So it's kind of a case of weighing up whether you want the strong physical tackler or the guy that's good at tackling but not quite as physically strong and perhaps a little bit more agile. We'll have to wait and see what happens with your feedback. Adrian Silva is just as similar, I think. Perhaps a more all-round midfielder, but slower and older, so obviously Cozziello would be the go-to of those two. Also have Naby Keita, waiting to see what his stats look like, but supposedly a pretty decent grower. Roberto Pereira is now 27 years of age, used to be at Juventus, of course, the Argentine, now at Watford. 89 short passes, good. 71 stand-out was probably good enough, and he's pretty decent on the ball as well, so he'd be kind of like a backup option should we not be able to get any of our initial targets. Andre is also a good all-round player, although waiting to see what his stats look like before making any moves there. Alan Zhagoev is obviously the Russian centre mid. Used to be, by default, a left midfielder, I think. He can play on the left-hand side of midfield, yes. He's kind of an all-round player as well. Not quite as good as a number of the others, but a decent, again, cheap backup option. And Saul is the more expensive, probably best option we have. £35.5 million, one of the more expensive options we have as well. Rafinha, also a good all-round player, and fantastic ball control and dribbling and short passing. So there are so many great options. Now, we're looking to go for that step up, aren't we, with regards to the quality in the squad. Leon Goretzka is a good, cheap all-round, well, not cheap anymore, good young all-round option. £25 million is his valuation now. He's quite tall as well. I think he's 6 foot, isn't he? Or he's at least 5'11". He's 6'2". He's taller than I thought he was, so he'd be pretty decent as well. With regards to the left-hand side of midfield, or just wingers in general, we could have a look at Lucas Moura, although extremely expensive. This is for a Yannick Bolasie replacement. Andre Schürrle would actually be extremely good, and we know he can cut it in the Premier League as well, so I'm probably leaning towards him more so than anyone else as a Yannick Bolasie replacement, although it sucks that he doesn't have 4-star skills this year. He's only got 3-star skills. Still got the 4-star weak foot, but it's a shame. He can, however, play at striker, which could be a fantastic player to bring in, considering he can play in 2 different positions. Considering, of course, we are in the process of moving on Michy Batshuayi. Denis Suarez was also a very popular suggestion from you guys, so I would contemplate looking at him too. With regards to striker, with, like we say, Michy Batshuayi unfortunately leaving us, or hopefully leaving us if he can agree a contract with Manchester United. Got Luciano Vieto, Callum Wilson, and Angel Correa as options. Correa is obviously the better, but I'd rather strengthen with more expensive and better quality players in other positions than at striker initially, which is why I'd probably lean towards Callum Wilson of the 3, although Andre Schürrle would be great. And I could also play Carrasco at striker, I could play Iñaki Williams at striker, I could play Deulofeu at striker. A number of our wingers are also very good up top. I could maybe even play Çalhanoğlu in a false 9. So we have a number of options to us, a number of options available to us with regards to striking roles, and I would lean perhaps towards Schürrle because he'd fill that rotation role beautifully. So yeah, I am leaning towards Andre Schürrle. They're my thoughts right now. I will gauge your response before going all out to try and sign any particular player, but we're going to concentrate now on getting ourselves through to the final of the pre-season tournament. We're pretty much already we are already guaranteed through to the next round, to the semi-finals, even before we've played this game against America. So we will see who we get in the semis. Obviously, the World Cup is still ongoing, so a number of our first-team players currently aren't available. So we'll be starting the same sort of rotation side that we've been playing previously in this tournament. Again, it's still only giving me the 3 substitutes, which is particularly frustrating. But anyway, let's head into that game now. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Of course, make sure you let me know all your I'll start that again, shall I? All your transfer suggestions and your feedback on the players that we have in the shortlist currently. And we'll jump into the game now. Out wide to Robinson. As we go for the cross, we could try a little bit of a McGeady spin. Of course, Robinson is our five-star youngster. So might be tempted to use a little bit of 5-star skills in this game with him. It didn't quite pay off there, but we'll try an early cross this time. And it's decent. And arriving at the back post was the man on this near side, Ethan Cox. But it will be a corner with Robinson himself to take it. And it comes. It's decent. Up goes Mason Holgate. And into the back of the net goes the ball. 1-0 Everton from the set piece. A very good delivery and an equally impressive header from the youngster Mason Holgate. 1-0 Everton. Nuno Cedrim into Ladero. Good turn. I've missed one tackle with Callum Connolly, and he's brought that down brilliantly, the man in the middle, and they're back on level terms. I'm playing a team almost entirely of youngsters in this one, so it's no real surprise that we aren't necessarily dominating this game the way we did in pre-season, but that's a good turn actually. Completely spun Mason Holgate. Caught him to the go-to ground at the end, but didn't quite get there quick enough. Decent goal, 1-1. Cox. Tarashite. Connolly. Go back through there to Tarashite. He's done well. He's done very well. He's done extremely well. It's 2-1. Tidy little finish that from Shini Tarashite. Across into the bottom corner and kept low too. How many times have we seen players in an Everton shirt in this series try and put that into the top corner and not tuck it into the bottom? Seemingly, tucking it into the bottom is a much better option. Good finish. Corner for America at the very end of the game. They keep us up and everything. So if we do get the ball clear, we might stand a chance of scoring a third, but lofted in and cleared away. Final whistle surely can't be that long in coming, and indeed, there it comes. So a 2-1 victory. We've won all 3 of our pre-season group stage games. This change in formation seems to have done the trick, at least for now. At least for now. In pre-season, it's doing the trick. Whether it will do the trick once we actually get to the competitive season, we'll have to wait and see. But for now, I'm extremely pleased with how things are going. We'll jump back to the transfer window now and see if anything happens there. If not, we'll go straight to the semi-final. In fact, something has happened here. We had a transfer offer for Alwyn Lafont, which is going to be... actually, I want that one. Reject all future offers because he's not going anywhere. We had another email there. Prize money. We've had an extra £2.1 million added to our transfer budget. Fantastic. Thank you very much. We have Spartak Moscow in the semi-final. Player sold. Michy Batshuayi has gone to Manchester United for £51.5 million. It's done. Bournemouth have said they are willing to match the asking price of £4 million for Shani Tarashai as well. So he looks like he's going to be leaving. And we have had a transfer offer for Yannick Bolasie as well, who I'd very much like to get out of the club. So if we can get £8 million for him, I'd be delighted with that too. Things are building up speed now in the transfer window. We have a large number of pounds in the bank. We'll have to wait and see if we can actually do anything with those pounds in the bank when we can. Oh, 12.5. Give me 15. Give me 15, and you can have Quadro Asamoah. Oh no, sorry, Lemos is going nowhere. We're actually going to have a large amount of money to deal with here, but we have a large amount of players that we want to bring in that are going to cost a large amount of money as well. So it's not going to go as far as we might hope. We will definitely need well over £100 million to bring in the quality of player that we want to bring in. So it's going to be an interesting one for the remainder of the window. But for now, let's play this semi-final against Spartak. Drissa to Yannick Bolasie to Peñaranda. Good footwork from him. into Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Could look to get it back to Peñaranda here and has done well. Oh, I was letting fly there. Peñaranda gets crunched, but it was a fair challenge. He won the ball, so no foul given. Seamus Coleman cuts that out. I can't get it back up to Çalhanoğlu for a quick second attempt at the other end, and Zuev is cutting in behind here. Jano looking to race around the outside of my defence, then turning back, and he's got me running circles around him here, and Movsisyan has a good effort that's well saved by Alban Lafont. Spartak going to be problematic in this game, judging by the way that they've attacked so far. This isn't going to be an easy tie by any stretch of the imagination. On its way to Yannick. Try a little fake Rabona and then get it back to Bertrand, who keeps it in just. It wasn't the best of passes from Balassi, but never mind. Idrissa just trying to figure out where I want to pass it. We'll get it to Çalhanoğlu. It's a lovely turn. Hakan, good save. Deulofeu will keep it in. Cross it back in and cleared away by Bacchetti. Deulofeu wins that header. No, he doesn't. It was the defender. It's gone to Glusakov. Well, Çalhanoğlu having more chances in this pre-season tournament to actually get himself more goals. He scored 4 so far in 2 games. Will he be the man to make the breakthrough in this one as well? We'll have to wait and see. Balassi, try a bit of footwork to get around the outside the defender. And Yannick Balassi could give us a 1-0 lead, but he can't keep it down. Similar sort of position to where Tarashai tucked it away in the previous game, but this one well high and wide. Jano, nice tackle by Alfie Hill. How is that a foul? If they score this free kick, I'll be pissed, because that was nowhere near a foul. I literally just put my foot in and walked off with the ball. It's on, well, it was on target. It hit the wall and went out for a corner. To come in from that far side. Melgarejo to take it. It's delivered towards the near post. Very well headed away by James McCarthy. And Yannick Balassi will not complete the clearance, but that will go out for a goal kick, thankfully. A little bit of a let-off there for me. Thanks, mate. Just throwing that straight to Ryan Bertrand. Inside to Çalhanoğlu. And again to James McCarthy. And Deulofeu can make the run. Right in front of him. Surely this has to be the opportunity now to make it 1-0. No, great save. Peñaranda will turn on it. Look for a teammate. Finds right. Oh, is that a pen? It is. That was a rather rash challenge there from the defender. Completely unnecessary as well. He didn't need to make that. I had my back to goal and was just looking to help the ball on its way. Wasn't really threatening with a shot or anything. He just needed to hold me up and it'd have been fine. But he threw himself in. It's not as if Ryan Bertrand is a real goal threat either. But never mind. We'll take the penalty. Peñaranda will take it. Can we win it late on here in the 87th minute? Yes, we can. Wow. Great save. Unfortunate not to score at the second attempt as he comes back off the post. And who's there to put back the rebound? Hakan Çalhanoğlu. His 5th goal of pre-season. The man is on fire. Right place, right time from the Turks. Squeezes it through the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. An 87th minute hopeful winner. Çalhanoğlu looks for Peñaranda. Going to have the option to play in Çalhanoğlu again as long as he keeps his run going. Peñaranda turns inside. That was a rather poor turn, but never mind. We'll look for the shot. It's blocked. Asamoah brings it down. Need to find some space. It's Peñaranda again. We'll try for a second time. That took a deflection. It's a corner. We've had 10 shots apparently, although that might be 11 now, including that one. God, that was looped. Who's going to win that? Saponara. Oh, if he could have flicked that over the defender's head and then buried it, that would have been one of the best goals I've ever scored. Çalhanoğlu. Just looking for some space really to find a teammate. Just go backwards. Just make sure we keep hold of it. Çalhanoğlu. Oh, I was going to try and turn and give it to him. It doesn't matter because there's the final whistle. Through to the final of the pre-season tournament here after a narrow 1-0 win against Spartak Moscow. Hard fought, but we came through it. And again, perhaps a little bit fortunate. And it's actually going to be CSKA Moscow that we play in the final as they beat Atleti by 2-1. So we brush aside one Moscow team. We'll welcome another with the final, but that will be tomorrow. We'll quickly see if we've got any emails. I want to check the World Cup as well to see what's going on in that competition. Where is the World Cup in 2018? Russia, isn't it? Manager rating has gone up slightly. More prize money of £3 million, or near as makes any difference. Dominic Calvert-Lewin wants Michy Batshuayi's first team spot. That's not going to happen, mate. Liverpool have signed Samuel Umtiti for £32.5 million from Barcelona. That's intriguing. Didn't think Barca would be willing to let Umtiti go, to be completely honest, but they've done so, and PSG have accepted a £39.5 million offer for Lucas Moura. Shani Tarashai has gone to Bournemouth. Offer for Callum Wilson has come, or not offer, but scout report on Callum Wilson has come in. Might be pretty decent. Although he does remind me, stat-wise, of Sido Berahino, who I didn't really get on that well with. We'll sit on that one for now. Not sure whether I'll go for Callum Wilson or not, but that's going to bring today's episode to a close. We'll have a quick look and see what's going on in the World Cup. But feel free to drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further videos in this series or the My Player series, an episode of which will have gone up earlier on this afternoon. You'll be seeing this Saturday, I believe. So I will be back from upload tomorrow evening, hopefully in time to record something so you can get it at 4 PM in the normal slot for Monday. If not, I will still get a video out to you Monday. It just might be slightly later than it normally is, as was the case last week, I think, as I was busy last weekend too. Right, the World Cup. Italy versus Spain or Brazil will be the final. England get knocked out in the quarters by Italy, who have the chance to win the tournament themselves now. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. It'll be interesting. Brazil-Spain in a semi-final will be pretty good as well. Belgium getting through to the semis, but unfortunately losing. Right, that'll be all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.